Welcome everybody, welcome to another breakdown, and in this video we are going to break down the call and a djembe accompaniment for the rhythm Kakilambe. So I'm going to demonstrate it now and then we'll break it down. So let's break down the call. The call, once again, it's just the purpose of the call is just to signal the beginning or the end of the transition or something like that. And of course the calls are a recent development, fairly recent, like a few decades old. Of course, in the traditional setting, how the djembe developed, there's no need for calls. You only need a call if you want to begin or end something at the same time. And of course, you only have that kind of need in a performance scenario or education, a classroom, something like that. So the calls are recent developments. And so the call for the rhythm Kakilambe, it's a call used for many other rhythms. It's very common. It's this one. And this call, often people play it incorrectly. They give different accents or accentuations or emphasis in the end or the beginning, but there's no accentuation anywhere, no emphasis in the beginning or the end, nothing. It's straight all the way. So it's not like this. Or that's a no-no. It's straight. So let's break it down. It's fairly simple. Just tones, 9 in total, starting with our dominant hand and ending with our dominant hand as well. We can break it down in two parts. The first part, 6 tones, and the second part, the remaining 3 tones. First part, tone, 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 tone. Second part, tone, tone, tone. And then we just bring it together and we play it the same way. Again, no emphasis or accents in the beginning or the end, nothing like that. And the call, of course, like most calls, it starts in the first beat. 1, 2, 3, and now let's go over the accompaniment. So we begin by doing a bass, 2 tones and 1 slap, starting with our dominant hand. One hand after the other, starting with our dominant hand. For me, it's my right hand. Bass, tone, tone, slap. Bass, tone, tone, slap. And then the second part, it's the same thing, the same pattern, bass, tone, tone, slap, starting with our dominant hand, but played in a slightly different way. Bass, tone, tone, slap. So all together. I'll play it again. And it's done. And so now we just go back to the beginning and we loop it. And this accompaniment as well, many people play it in an incorrect way. They give it a different feel. They play the pattern in the same way, but they give it a different feel, like a 4/4 feel. Like. And that's a no-no. It has just this feel. And if you are familiar with the other videos on his channel, you may ask yourself, why is this incorrect? Because I often say that there's, for the most part, not incorrect ways of playing, just different ways, because music, Djembe language, just like any other language, it develops through time, through people, and it develops different accents, different variations. So it's not really incorrect if you hear it, a rhythm being played in a slightly different way. It's just a different form, a different way that it evolved. Having said that, of course, there are, you could say, incorrect ways of playing, just in the same way as if I, as a Portuguese person, would speak a Russian word in a way that no other Russian person speaks it. Of course, then I wouldn't be developing a new accent. I would be just speaking that word incorrectly. That's it. Because the people that develop that language, they don't speak like that ever. Okay? So in the same way, this rhythm and the time, the people and the time through which was developed, the rhythm, it's not ever played in this way. So that's why we can say, okay, that's incorrect. It's not just a different accent. So once again, it doesn't have this feel. It's like this. If for some reason it's hard for you to recognize, to differentiate between the two, just listen again and you'll hear it pretty clear. So now that we have that cleared and we broke down everything, let's go for a 4 count slowly. And so I'll count to 4 and we'll do the call and the accompaniment slowly, very slowly. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and... Let's go even slower. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and... Now let's go for a fast version. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and... That's it, it's done. Crystal clear call and accompaniment for Kakilambe. I hope it was clear for you and you got something out of this, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Be well.